Mr. President, I hereby declare this hooding ceremony for the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy or the Doctor of the Arts to be in session.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Oh, now that you responded, I'm going to have to repeat this and really hear you. Good afternoon. Oh, that's far better. That was not in my script, by the way. My name is Fernando Johanyan. I am honored to be presiding over my first hooding ceremony as president of Carnegie Mellon University. Welcome to the celebration of one of academia's most venerable traditions, a time when Carnegie Mellon community comes together to celebrate the achievements of our candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Arts. As a research institution, one of the core missions of Carnegie Mellon University is to develop talented new scholars who can demonstrate deep mastery of a body of knowledge, originality of thought, and openness to collaborative inquiry. As doctoral candidates, you are the embodiment of that purpose, and today is the culmination of several years of intense scholarly pursuits and deep immersion in your discipline. The day when you truly become scholars. But you've done it. You are done. You can clap if you like. I can almost feel the sense of relief emanating from all of you. Take a deep breath and enjoy the ceremony. It might be a bit long, but every name we call represents a fellow CMU colleague who has reached the pinnacle of his or her studies, each with a unique journey that has led to this very special moment. So, enjoy yourselves and bask in your success and the success of your peers. There is no doubt that you have earned it. As we recognize your hard work and achievements this afternoon, I am grateful to the faculty members who have advised and supported you throughout your studies. Faculty, thank you for your commitment, your passion, and mentorship. Graduates, please join me in thanking your faculty mentors. I would also like to take a moment to thank the many people here tonight who have made the road easier for these dedicated men and women as they focus so intensely on their scholarship. Spouses, parents, grandparents, children, friends, this day is yours as well. Please join me in expressing our thanks to family members and the friends who are here. Throughout your doctoral studies, you have made your mark on the intellectual landscape of this campus, and you will now take your place among our esteemed community of scholars. Through your achievements to come, you will bring honor and prestige to Carnegie Mellon and enhance the opportunities of the graduate students who follow you. In many cases, you will change the lives of people around the world for the better, or make significant impact on a body of knowledge. I wish you a fulfilling future, and I offer my sincere congratulations on your achievements. It is now my pleasure to introduce Carnegie Mellon's interim provost, Dr. Laurie Weinberg, who will introduce this afternoon's keynote speakers. Laurie?
Well, thank you, Farnham, and congratulations on your first commencement weekend as our 10th president of Carnegie Mellon University. Congratulations. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. Njema Frazier, a leading nuclear physicist in the United States federal government, a trailblazing champion for women and minorities in STEM, and most importantly, a Carnegie Mellon alumna. Last night, Dr. Frazier was awarded an Alumni Achievement Award in recognition of her exceptional accomplishments and leadership in her field. As a theoretical nuclear physicist in the Department of Energy's National Nuclear Security Administration, Dr. Frazier manages the safety and security of the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile. And I'm glad she's doing it for us. She currently serves as acting director of the Inertial Confinement Fusion Program, which advances our scientific understanding for weapons-relevant high-energy density physics. For her contributions, Dr. Frazier recently received the DoD Joint Civilian Service Commendation Award. And she's a trailblazer in other ways, too. Dr. Frazier is the first woman and the first African-American scientist to head the Inertial Confinement Fusion Program since it was founded 40 years ago. She was also the first African-American woman to receive a bachelor's degree in physics from CMU and to receive a Ph.D. in nuclear physics from Michigan State University. She is part of the Department of Energy's Minorities in Engineering Initiative, co-founder of POWER, Professional Opportunities for Women at Energy Realized, and founder and CEO of Diversity Science, a group of scientists and engineers expanding STEM participation. And Dr. Frazier has been inspiring CMU students to forge their own paths as keynote speaker for science and diversity programs across campus. Previously, Dr. Frazier was a visiting professor at the College of International Security Affairs at the National Defense University in Washington, D.C., and served as professional staff on the Committee of Science in the U.S. House of Representatives. Through these many roles, she's remained a strong advocate for diversity and inclusion in the classroom and the workplace. That includes her career-long membership in the National Society of Black Engineers, where she currently serves as a member of their National Advisory Board. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Carnegie Mellon's own Dr. Njema Frazier.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that generous introduction. I will try to live up to those words. As Lori said, I am a proud alumni of Carnegie Mellon University, graduated 26 years ago. 21 years ago, I was in the seats you are, similar seat, getting ready to receive my Ph.D. So I'm honored to be able to impart some things that I won't say are lessons, but things that I thought that I could share with you. So it's an honor to be here. And I will say that when I was getting ready to graduate, I knew I wanted to use my degree, but I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to go the traditional path, which would have been a postdoc and then going into academia. So what I ended up doing was going into science policy and working for the U.S. House of Representatives, which meant that it was great access and a great opportunity, but as my mom will tell you, if you give her a chance, not the greatest salary. So she had invested a lot into my education, but I felt that it was something I needed to do to broaden my horizons. So I feel like I used my degree, but didn't go that traditional path. So when I searched within myself to see if there's something that I could impart, I did feel like there were 3 things that came to mind. And I will go through those 3 things, and hopefully you guys will see the value of them as you reach the other side of this momentous occasion. So I will say the other thing I had to search within myself was, what was I thinking when I went through my hooding ceremony? And I can say with absolute certainty, that I don't remember anything from that day. So I don't know if it was the excitement, if it was kind of a little bit of apprehension about what was coming, if it was fatigue, or if it was just the chaos of having family and friends in here. But it's a complete blank for me. So I say this to the friends and family of the graduates: you will be the institutional memory for today. So just keep that in mind. But you graduates, you will have the photos, so there will be that. So I will say that for whatever reason, my family does retain that memory. And so as you graduate, as you go through this hooding ceremony, as you go through commencement, take the opportunity to kind of breathe it in and pause and really recognize the level of achievement that you've achieved today, and make sure that, your phones are down, right? That you're not thinking about where you've just come from or where you're going next, and that you're actually present. Just take 5 minutes to do that for me, if you would, and for yourself, so that when you look back on this, it's not the white horse in a blizzard that my memory seems to be, that I just can't recall what happened there. I just know that I was glad that I made it past the finish line, which I'm sure some of you are feeling right now, and I'm on to greater things. So if you think about what's coming next, I will say the first thing that I want to share is that it doesn't matter how you get out of the gate. It doesn't matter if you're slow out of the gate, if you're fast out of the gate. You've been given all the tools. You've attained a level of excellence that will stay with you, and your muscle memory will kick in. And it doesn't matter if you take a hill job for about $47,000, or if you go into, investment banking. Whether you get out fast, slow, whatever metric you use, you'll get there in the end. So that's something valuable to know. Be kind, be gentle with yourselves in these first, days and months after receiving your Ph.D. It's all gonna work out. Nothing to worry about there. So glad I can allay those fears. I would also say that, give yourself a chance to kind of live in whatever feelings you have right now. If you feel like you're going to miss graduate school, you're going to miss the freedom, the intellectual curiosity, the flexible schedule, the concentration in your field. If you feel like you're going to miss graduate school, you're right. If you feel like you won't miss graduate school, you're also right. So, you're going to have those ups and downs. I'm sure there are things you won't miss. Maybe the hours of being a teaching assistant, maybe passing the unreasonably enthusiastic undergraduate students as you go from class to class, weaving through them. And then also, the shoestring budget. There are things that you're definitely not going to miss about graduate school. So you're right both ways, but it's important to understand that, those kind of ups and downs and that kind of duality is not going to end as you go forward, but what will be different is you, in that you will have, as I said, those skills, those capabilities, kind of the Ph.D. Behind your name, and what that exemplifies in terms of what you've been able to attain and the level of excellence you've been able to achieve. So while the circumstance won't be different, you will be different by what today has wrought and the work that you put in over the last 3 to 7 years, depending, maybe longer. So the second thing I will say is that excellence always pays off. So, and I will take this as being one of the linchpins of, say, we'll call it Dr. Frazier's handbook, right? So being lazy about things never pays off, even if you get away with it. Being mediocre may or may not pay off. You're kind of rolling the dice with how that works. But being excellent always pays off, right? You may not get the immediate recognition. You may not have had to do, the extra hours worth of work, but it will be a personal best for you if you know that you've brought all your skills and abilities to the table. And what this PhD allows you to do is know the level of excellence that you're capable of and be able to draw upon that in the coming years. And so I would think even more than your subject matter expertise, it's really that level of excellence that's going to hold you in great esteem and really prove to you and prove to others that, you know, you are meant to be at the top of your particular industry. So that excellence is something that is not going to get old. I have been pulled from many a situation where I was not happy or satisfied. There may have been interpersonal things with people who are jockeying for a position. You're going to love those office politics too, I have to say. But it is your brand and people knowing what you're capable of and what you bring to the table that is really going to make all the difference going forward. So the first lesson, be easy with yourself in these early days. The second is that excellence is always going to pay off at some point, and to remember that. And the third is that, you know, this PhD, it's important to see it not as an entitlement, but to see it as a responsibility, right? So as you go through this hooding, think about it as donning a cape, right? You are now a superhero. Right? You now have, you know, the ear, you have the control, you have the options, right? And so it is your responsibility to be that voice of truth. It is your responsibility to have courage when those around you may not have courage. And it is also your responsibility to be a change agent. And so that's something that as you go through this ceremony and as you move forward, please remember that there is an awesome responsibility that goes with that. And I think everyone on this stage here is aware of that. I know that I've tried to keep that close to my heart as I've gone forward. And I'd advise you just be mindful of that. And it gives you a great power in knowing that even if you're standing alone, if you're standing on the side of right, everything will work out in the end. So with that, I'd say be gentle with yourself, always strive for excellence, and be a hero. So congratulations, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Well, thank you, Dr. Frazier. Very inspiring words for us all and to live up to. Our students will not only benefit from your advice, but also from the stellar example that you've set throughout your career. Thank you. Thank you for your service to our nation and to our community. Thank you. We will now commence with the hooding of the doctor candidates. The deans will call forward the candidates by college and will announce the names of the candidates. And we will be beginning with the College of Engineering.
Good evening. I'm Jim Garrett, Dean of the College of Engineering. We will now hood the doctoral candidates for the College of Engineering. We will start with the Department of Biomedical Engineering. Diane Laverne Legette Nelson.
Drug delivery via perfluorocarbon emulsions, a novel treatment method for bacterial respiratory infections and acute respiratory failure.
We will now call the doctoral candidates for chemical engineering. Travis Armiger.
Force propagation in mammalian cell systems and the relevance of mechanically integrated cell.
Rebecca Ball.
Oral delivery of lipid nanoparticles with siRNA for the treatment of intestinal diseases.
Tony M. Bechtel.
Micromechanical modeling of Brownian spheroids in oscillatory shear flow.
Alex Joseph Bertuccio.
Metal species and surfactant impact on bacterial populations and community behavior.
Blake John Bleier.
Droplet-based approaches to probe complex behavior in colloidal fluids with high composition resolution.
John Patrick Eason.
Trust region strategies for surrogate-based optimization.
Lisa Nicole Kazowitz.
Short interfering RNA-loaded lipidoid nanoparticles and the immune system.
Brittany Alexandra Nordmark.
Efficacy of Moringa oleifera proteins as coagulants in a sustainable sand filter for drinking water.
Sreekanth Rajagopalan.
Design and maintenance planning problems in commodity distribution and chemical site networks.
Iram Shun.
Alloy catalysis across composition space.
Wei Wan.
Advances in Newton-based barrier methods for nonlinear programming.
Justin Blake Weinberg.
Competitive IgG adsorption on protein A chromatography resins and improving resin performance with pegylated ligands.
Xiao Yu.
High throughput assessment of multi-component alloy materials.
We will now hood the candidates from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Adam Leitner Cadwallader.
Impacts of bromide and nitrogen wastewater discharges on downstream drinking water treatment plant disinfection byproducts.
Nasset Consolacio.
Chemical interactions on hydraulic fracturing biocides with natural pyrite.
Kyle Gorkowski.
The morphology and equilibration of levitated secondary organic particles under controlled conditions.
Corey David Harper.
Transitioning to a connected and automated vehicle environment, opportunities for improving transportation.
Navid Kauzem.
Soft multifunctional composite using liquid metal.
Avi Chaim Mirsky.
Environmental and policy implications of vehicle automation and electrification.
Joe Dallas Moore.
Probing nanospecific interactions between bacteria and antimicrobial nanoparticles using microbial community changes and gene expression.
Shang Fei Sun.
Modeling the biota population impact on polychlorinated biphenyls transport and simulating PCB's anaerobic biodegradation in the lake system.
We will now hood the doctoral candidates from the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Xiao Yu Bai.
Micromagnetic modeling of thin film segmented medium for microwave-assisted magnetic recording.
Chandrasekhar Bhagavatula.
Robust pose invariant face recognition using 3D thin plate spline spatial transformer networks.
Alexei Kolin.
System support for intermittent computing.
Amit Datta.
Fairness and privacy violations in black box personalization systems, detection and defenses.
Utsav Drolia.
Adaptive distributed caching for scalable machine learning services.
Nabil El Hanawi.
The development, optimization, and integration of inline phase change switches for reconfigurable RF systems.
Metin Gokhan Gune.
High dynamic range CMOS MEMS capacitive accelerometer array with drift compensation.
Jun Han.
Advantages and risks of sensing for cyber-physical security.
Thomas C. Jackson.
Building efficient neuromorphic networks in hardware with mixed signal techniques and emerging technologies.
Stephen M. Kruzik.
Optimal graph filter design for large-scale random networks.
Patrick Janis Emanuel Lazik.
Ultrasonic ranging and indoor localization for mobile devices.
Nan T. Huan Le.
Contextual recurrent level set networks and recurrent residual networks for semantic labeling.
Jonathan Mai.
Principal network analysis.
Nathan Donald Mickulicz.
Diagnosing user-visible performance problems in production high-density wireless networks.
Benjamin Niewenhuis.
Designing a logic test chip for optimal test and diagnosis.
Shuja Pan.
Indoor human information acquisition through physical vibrations.
Saram Park.
Transport transforms and its application to demultiplexing orbital angular momentum beams.
Nia S. Peters.
Collaborative Communication Interruption Management System, or CSIMS, modeling interruption timings via prosodic and topic modeling for human-machine teams.
Stephen Sienna.
Improving the design and use of correlation filters in visual tracking.
Rahul Singh.
Design techniques for frequency reconfigurability in multi-standard RF transceivers.
Yuen Tian.
Privacy-preserving information sharing in modern and emerging platforms.
Richard Michael Veras.
A systematic approach for obtaining performance on matrix-like operations.
Chen Wang.
Quality of experience-based management and control for large-scale video-on-demand system in the cloud.
Chan Ting Shu.
Investigation of modulation methods to synthesize high-performance resonator-based RF MEMS components.
Felix Jufei Zhu.
Unconstrained periocular face recognition, from reconstructive dictionary learning to generative deep learning and beyond.
Jiding Yu.
Learning structured and deep representations for traffic scene understanding.
Shang Hong Zhang.
Deep understanding of urban mobility from cityscape webcams.
We will now hood the doctoral candidates from the Department of Engineering and Public Policy. Jaime Bonin Roca.
Leaders and followers, challenges and opportunities in the adoption of metal additive manufacturing technologies.
Travis Sergio Emil Carlos.
Framing a new nuclear renaissance through environmental competitiveness, community characteristics, and cost mitigation through passive safety.
Rebecca Elaine Ciez.
Battery energy storage for maturing markets, performance, cost, perceptions, and environmental impacts.
Michael Craig.
Economic and environmental costs benefits, and trade-offs of low-carbon technologies in the electric power sector.
Barry Davis Dewitt.
Measurement of health-related quality of life, preference aggregation, exclusion, and public policy.
Michael James Fisher.
Integrating demand-side resources into the electric grid, economic and environmental considerations.
Daniel Burl Gingrich.
Evaluating and avoiding risk trade-offs in water treatment.
Sonia Mangones.
Impacts on safety and air pollution from transportation policies in Bogota, Colombia.
Sherbon Yuan Mogosh.
High-growth entrepreneurship, a multi-level perspective on firm growth and growth policy.
Jose Fernando Prada.
Ensuring the reliable operation of the power grid, state-based and distributed approaches to scheduling energy and contingency reserves.
Bojiang Yang.
Essays on telecommunications management, understanding consumer switch, search, and purchase behaviors.
We will now hood the doctoral candidates from the Department of Material Science and Engineering. Ross William Cunningham.
Defect formation mechanisms in powder bed metal additive manufacturing.
Jennifer Rose Hages.
Semiconductor contacts for nanoelectronics, tin sulfide nanoribbons, tin sulfide thin films, and silver nanowire-based transparent conductors.
Ryan Keeley Sensene Harrison.
Relationships between material function and microstructural shapes as measured by moment invariance.
Deepu Kumar.
Development of a reliable kinetic model for ladle refining of steel.
Yuhan Liang.
Deep ultraviolet light emitters based on aluminum gallium nitride semiconductor heterostructures.
Sudito Mandel.
Texture and microstructure in two-phase titanium alloys.
Ellen Reifler.
Investigation of intrinsic and tunable properties of two-dimensional transition metal dichalcogenides for optical applications.
We will now hood the doctoral candidates from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Brian Fisher.
Part temperature effects in powder bed fusion additive manufacturing of titanium 6-4.
Nurjan Gaychar Ulu.
Computational design and evaluation methods for empowering non-experts in digital fabrication.
Xiang Li.
Characterization of air pollutant and greenhouse gas emissions from energy use and energy production processes in the United States.
Zhangju Li.
Urban aerosol, spatiotemporal variation, and source characterization.
Suthanshu Nahata.
Micromachining metrology, measurement and analysis of dynamic tooltip trajectory when using ultra-high-speed spindles.
Recep Onler.
Green micromachining of ceramics, feasibility, and micromachinability.
Pacharadapit Promapatam.
Numerical modeling of thermal and mechanical behaviors in selective laser sintering of metals.
Luke Simi.
Methods for the expansion of additive manufacturing process space and the development of in situ process monitoring methodologies.
Irva Ulu.
Enhancing the structural performance of additively manufactured objects.
William Lian Ching Wei.
New studies on thermal transport in metal additive manufacturing processes and products.
Xiaodong Wei.
Highly localized refinement using truncation mechanism on unstructured quadrilateral and hexahedral meshes.
Jackson Wireco.
Development of soft actuation systems for use in human-centered applications.
Good evening, I'm Dan Martin, Dean of the College of Fine Arts. We will now hood the doctoral candidates from the School of Architecture. Olayotan Owamolo.
Exploring communication in multidisciplinary building design teams.
Chao Ding.
CFD-based coupled indoor and outdoor interactions, or CIOI, for building natural ventilation in urban environment.
Rohini Srivastava.
Integrating financial, environmental, and human capital, the triple bottom line, for high-performance investments in the built environment.
We will now hood the Ph.D. candidates for the School of Design. Michael Warren Arnold Mages.
Designing civic conversations, things and facilitation in high-stakes and difficult conversations.
Deepa Butolia.
Critical Jugaad, a post-normal design framework for designerly marginal practices.
Dimeji Anafuwa.
Design-enabled recommoning, the impact of platforms on contributing to new commons.
Good afternoon. I'm Richard Shyness, the Dean of the Dietrich College of Humanities and Social Sciences. We'll now hood the candidates from the Department of English. Anna Leigh Cooke.
Collaborating in public, how openness shapes global warming articles in Wikipedia.
Derek G. Handley.
Strategies for performing citizenship, rhetorical citizenship, and the Black freedom movement.
Julian Elizabeth Reinecke.
3 sheets to the wind, the Jolly Jack Tar, and 18th century British masculinity.
Ryan T. Roderick.
Self-regulation and writing transfer, how students navigate new writing situations.
DJ Schult.
The dissenting academies and the literary politics of the 1790s.
Jamie Teresa Maddie Smith.
Rights and rights, revolution, performance, gender, and religion in British novels of the 1790s.
Pavrithra Tantragoda.
Contesting green imperialism, ecology, and rights in South Asian literature.
We will now hood the candidates in the Department of History. Jonathan David New.
From Civil War to civic reform, Grand Army veterans in the Progressive Era.
Rachel Oppenheimer.
Of prisons and polities, the Black Panther Party, Irish Republican Army, and radical socio-political organization, 1966 to 1983.
We will now hood the candidates in the Department of Modern Languages. Kwang Lee.
Usage-based approaches to pragmatic development in computer-mediated communication, or CMC. Sentence final particles among L2 Chinese learners.
Ashley Adams Weber.
The making of a newcomer identity, exploring the social experiences of new arrival English language learners to a recently diversified small U.S. city during times of political and economic challenge.
We will now give doctorates in philosophy to the candidates in philosophy. Floris P. Van Dorn.
On the formalization of higher inductive types and synthetic homotopy theory.
We will now hood the candidates in the Department of Psychology. Tina Liu.
Understanding cortical reorganization in the visual system following surgical resection in children.
Jing Tian.
Understanding percentages.
now hood candidates in the Department of Social and Decision Sciences. David Rody.
Abstraction and intermediation, the implications of behavioral decision-making for 3 applications in finance.
We'll now hood candidates in the Department of Statistics and Data Sciences. Maria Cuellar.
Causal reasoning and data analysis in the law, definition, estimation, and usage of the probability of causation.
Federico Gonzalez.
Limit order book models and applications.
Nicholas Kim.
Local structure and inference in large random graphs.
Giuseppe Vinci.
Statistical inference about functional connectivity from multi-neuron data.
Jerzy Adam Wyzorek.
Model selection and stopping rules for high-dimensional forward selection.
Lingzhui Zhu.
Learning from high-dimensional and noisy transcriptome data.
Good afternoon. My name is Ramaya Krishnan, Dean of the Heinz College of Information Systems and Public Policy. We'll now hood candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy from the School of Information Systems and Management. Quan Wang.
Understanding consumer behavior with cross-channel digital marketing.
Now hood candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy from the School of Public Policy and Management. Philippa Reis.
Leveraging upon large-scale media and communications data sets for socioeconomic and policy analysis.
Good evening. I'm Rebecca Dorge, Dean of the Mellon College of Science. We will hood the doctoral candidates from biological sciences. Ignantha Kadam.
Investigations into the role of inter- and intra-strain quorum sensing in pneumococcal pathogenesis.
Lydia A. Perkins.
Built for the die-way, fluorogenic tools for protein traffic.
Swati Venkat.
Sorting of oligomerized proteins, implications in toxin trafficking and quality control.
We will now hood the doctoral students from the Department of Chemistry. Yuzata Chen.
Controlling metal nanoclusters with atomic precision and their catalytic applications.
Dihara Jayaratnam.
Organization of inorganic complexes in supramolecular structures based on peptides and peptide nucleic acids.
Isaac N. Mills.
Synthetic tuning of the properties of transition metal complexes towards solar energy conversion applications.
Jonathan Abel Porras.
Judicious design of transition metal complexes for photochemical energy conversion.
Heather Dawn Stout.
Spectroscopic characterization of transition metal complexes with special electronic properties.
Cha-Hua Zait.
Design strategies and synthesis of thiophene-based organic materials.
Geneva Rose Warner.
Synthesis, properties, and reactivity of sulfonamide new Tamil oxidation catalysts.
Andrew White.
Spectroscopy and DF calculations of a flavodiiron enzyme identifying new structures and nitric oxide intermediates of the nitric oxide reduction cycle.
We will now hood the doctoral students from mathematical sciences. Jing Wang.
Escrow and clawback.
Slav Kirov.
Models and methods for one-dimensional approximations to point cloud data.
Andrew Zucker.
New directions in the abstract topological dynamics of Polish groups.
We will now hood the doctoral students from the Department of Physics. Mukud Bapna.
Electric field control of magnetization switching in magnetic tunnel junctions.
Rebecca Eels.
Structural studies of peripheral membrane proteins involved in HIV-1 infection and propagation.
June Lee.
Two-dimensional materials, growth, characterization, and simulation.
Shan Lin Liu.
Fully relativistic, full potential, multiple scattering theory, method, and applications.
Zhang Hao Luao.
Lyman alpha intensity mapping via GRISM spectrotomography.
Michelle Namaka. Michelle Namaka.
Cosmology with galaxy cluster dynamics using machine learning and forward modeling.
Chasen Ranger.
An algorithmic application of orientation relationship geometries to reconstruct high-temperature phase microstructures, applications in steel, and additively manufactured titanium.
Michael Justin Steib.
Calibrations for charged particle tracking and measurements of omega photoproduction with the GlueX detector.
Hongju Ju.
gravitational redshifts in galaxies and galaxy clusters.
Hello, my name is Andrew Moore. I am honored to be Dean of the most advanced School of Computer Science on the planet. We'll now heard candidates from the from the Department of Computer Science. Jesse N. Dunietz.
Annotating and automatically tagging constructions of causal language.
Junchen Jiang.
Enabling data-driven optimization of quality of experience in internet applications.
Ashika Raman Kudabuksh.
Distributed learning in referral networks.
Yixing Lau.
Architectural techniques for improving NAND flash memory reliability.
Matthew K. Mukherjee.
Eliminating adverse control plane interactions in independent network systems.
David Naylor.
Architectural support for managing privacy trade-offs in the internet.
Shayak Sen.
Influence-directed explanations for machine learning.
Michael J. Sullivan.
Low-level concurrent programming using the relaxed memory calculus.
Bruno Vavala.
Secure large-scale outsourced services founded on trustworthy code executions.
Hongyi Shin.
Methods for reducing unnecessary computation on false mappings in read mapping.
Danny Zhu.
Augmented reality visualization for autonomous robots.
We will now hood the candidates from the Human-Computer Interaction Institute. Salvik Das.
Social cybersecurity, reshaping security through an empirical understanding of human social behavior.
Samantha Finkelstein.
Rapport and science discourse with bidialectal virtual peers.
Eric Harpstead.
Projective replay analysis, a reflective approach for aligning educational games to their goals.
Kelly Rivers.
Automated data-driven hint generation for learning programming.
Jeffrey M. Rozetstorski.
Uncovering nuances in complex data through focus and context visualizations.
Daniel J. Tass.
How geotagged social media can inform modern travelers.
We'll now hood candidates from the Language Technology Institute. Pallavi Baljeka.
Speech synthesis from found data.
Leonid Boitstov.
Efficient and accurate non-metric KNN search with applications to text matching.
Jinlai Chen.
Visual knowledge learning.
Justin Chu.
Features for search and understanding of noisy conversational speech.
Yaiju Zhang.
Computational modeling of metaphor in discourse.
Sujay Kumar Jauhar.
A relation-centric view of semantic representation learning.
We'll now hood candidates from the Machine Learning Department. Wei Dai.
Learning with staleness.
Kirsten Early.
Dynamic question ordering, obtaining useful information while reducing user burden.
Ahmed Hefni.
Efficient methods for prediction and control in partially observable environments.
Shashank Jakam Reddy.
New optimization methods for modern machine learning.
Yuxiang Wang.
New paradigms and optimality guarantees in statistical learning and estimation.
Jing Shang.
Statistical approach for functionally validating transcription factor bindings using population SNP and gene expression data.
Ensu Yang.
Sublinear time optimization for high-dimensional learning.
We will now hood the candidates from the Robotics Institute. Nathan Benjamin Brooks.
Situational awareness and mixed initiative markup for human-robot team plans.
Jonathan Michael Butsky.
Planning for a small team of heterogeneous robots from collaborative exploration to collaborative localization.
Laura V. Herland.
Algorithms, implementation, and studies on eating with a shared control robot arm.
Humphrey Hu.
Adapting to context in robot state estimation.
Shervin Javdani.
Acting under uncertainty for information gathering and shared autonomy.
Sasanka Nagavali.
Algorithms for timing and sequencing behaviors in robotic swarms.
Venkatraman Narayanan.
Deliberative perception.
Stefanos Nikolaidis.
Mathematical models of adaptation in human-robot collaboration.
Nathan D. Otten.
Planning for sun-synchronous lunar polar roving.
Robert Eugene Paolini.
Data-driven statistical models of robotic manipulation.
Arun Srivatsan Rangaprasad.
Probabilistic approaches for pose estimation.
Abhinav Srivastava.
Discovering and leveraging visual structure for large-scale recognition.
Breline Melissa Kane Styler.
Using multiple fidelity models in motion planning.
Abhijit Talavajula.
LiDAR simulation for robotic application development, modeling, and evaluation.
Marinel Vasquez.
Reasoning about spatial patterns of human behavior during group conversations with robots.
Arun Venkatraman.
Training strategies for time series, learning for prediction, filtering, and reinforcement learning.
Yuxiong Wang.
Learning to learn for small sample visual recognition.
Jiaji Zhao.
Harnessing task mechanics for robotic pushing and grasping.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Damon. I'm Dean of the Tepper School of Business. We will now hood the doctor's candidates from the Tepper School. Emilio Bizzetti.
Essays in Financial Economics.
Stylianos Despotakis.
Expertise, attribution, and ad blocking in the world of online marketing.
Yongjong Kim.
Forecasting unethical behavior using the Hidden Information Distribution and Evaluation, or HIDE model.
Leela Arthi Nagashwaran.
Innovative models in service operations.
Atanu Paul.
Essays in asset pricing.
Tiago Seha.
Essays on Essays on post-optimality, lift and project, and scheduling.
Christian Jandratmacha.
Decision diagram relaxations for integer programming.
Erica Van Sant.
Essays on public economics.
Evelyn Ying Zhang.
Intra-organizational mobility, movers, incumbents, and communication networks.
On behalf of all the deans and the administration, congratulations to all the new doctors and their families.
Wasn't that wonderful? Well, we're so proud of our distinguished and accomplished CMU scholars. I know you want to clap for them again, so I'm going to give you an opportunity. Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. I want to express my gratitude to our deans. Deans, thank you for participating in today's ceremony, for all that you do to contribute to our community through your leadership and by setting such a wonderful role model example. Thank you very much. Now that you've seen all of our doctoral recipients, once again, I want to take a moment to congratulate the faculty members and advisors who worked so closely with our graduates, especially those of you who have participated in today's hooding ceremony. I can speak from personal experience that attending this ceremony as an advisor comes with its own remarkable sense of pride. We appreciate your dedication to these students and your care and attention to nurturing not only their careers and scholarship, but also their well-being. Thank you very much to our faculty advisors. This concludes our hooding ceremony for 2018. Please note that these degrees will be formally conferred at Sunday's commencement ceremony in Gessling Stadium, and diplomas will be presented in special ceremonies taking place throughout the weekend. Once again, congratulations to all of our doctoral candidates for their accomplishments and best wishes for your continued success. You are invited to join us for a reception in the foyer following the procession. At this time, please rise for the singing of the alma mater led by Hannah Shee, a graduating senior in the College of Fine Arts.
Here where spangled with the not the settler's crimson quest, land of legend, glory, graces, gypsy time.